So I guess the niece came back for a little while after all the smoke, the smoke screen clear. Yeah. Check this out. Here we go.
This one's called Haunted Keys. And the one before this one, that by Golder and Molly. That one's called Beta Sun.
Yeah, turn it up. That just made a video. All right, here we go.
So yeah, it looks like we've approached that.
We'll let this roll for a while.
Oh,
I don't know how.
Okay, so I'm gonna invite you on. You don't have to come up. I'm gonna let you on.
You guys are all enjoying.
I'll give you my guess. So she came up here and Clovis came back as well.
Oh.
So,
I'm back.
Yep.
Yeah.
You met Clovis.
in the streets.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So I just decided to come back and say hi, and I really deeply appreciate everything that went on tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate
I don't think I'm.
you for giving us
this month's max hour and a half.
Well, I know that I was triggered because my voice was up there, and then, because I knew she was going to do that, and who knows how many minutes I'll be able to speak now without either her or another one of the professional trolls jumping on. And I jump off for two reasons. One, I am 70 years old and don't need the triggering, and it doesn't do any good. And number two, I know for hard fact, and I can see by listening to you guys for the first time ever, that you are professional guys. I know that there are several large cases going on across state lines, and I don't want to get involved in discussions with people that
I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of shit
most likely going to be
a lot of shit
seeing each other in a courtroom, and it won't be a civil lawsuit.
Oh, my.
These people like to threaten lawsuits.
Yeah.
I don't do civil. I wait for the law to do
Also, all the
criminal.
mixes will be posted and share this.
Yes. Yeah, and honestly, like we get a lot of trolls and everything. So when I kind of first saw you, I thought they literally just took some picture of someone or whatever, and then you're gonna.
Right. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I had my camera reversed, and I'm using an Android cheap phone here instead of a computer, and so I thought you were going to see my face instead. You saw my ugly.
No, I thought something else was going on, but I want to say that on air, but it would be another situation.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so I will say, by far, your account of events compared to hers, you explained, I feel like you explained everything, genuinely how you saw it, and every time we pressed her on anything that mattered, that was specific, she deflected to something else, the other person.
Yeah, that's standard with her.
Yeah.
Can I point out something else she did that you might not have been aware of, but it is actually an element in a case that I know is active right now? Yes, she did. They all do this. When you start,
I heard that Phil Tuck
following,
roasted sock account here again.
We've called them the Trailer Park and Sewer Town and the Sentinel Cat.
I heard Clovis Brothers' alias account again.
And they have a very interesting history that would take a 5-hour life.
They wrote accounts.
They do the same thing in every single one. And I was
go to Port Dirt Bomber. How do you like me? Oh, yeah, white name
is called
for him.
Presenting a false
light.
You're
Port Dirt
not
film the kid, film the teenager, do it up.
Information about
You're doing good.
Next to something about somebody else.
You're just
in such a way that the viewer confuses them. And I noticed that she talked about the cyber molesting case, and a lot of people listening might have thought she was still talking about me.
Jacking off what bands. Yeah, okay.
She was talking about a woman who uses the YouTube name Tamara Wolf or Pam, and they actually work together as play fights, and they do fake lawsuits to confuse people. And Pam did some streams, and I won't tell the whole history, I'm very familiar with it, in which she said real nasty sexual things about Clovis's children. And Clovis pretends to have a lawsuit based
I gotta show
on
your
that.
son
But
DSS,
what they
keep
do
the server.
is, they all do this. They start
Fill a
talking about
cock
everything
account.
Pam's does.
Could be a Nicola,
She's
but
an
mostly
actress,
fill a cock.
and she does disgusting things. But they do it after saying my name. They're talking about something I may have said. And by the way, I never accused any of these people of killing my daughter. I have always said the same thing. My daughter did not commit suicide. I believe a certain gang killed her, and I believe that this group that is in your camp, not all the people in your camp, but in your are part of that gang. That is not saying they actually personally killed her. But they always do that
You folks
to
want to
make
play?
it look
Let's play.
ridiculous. And then they confuse
I got no
people by
problem playing.
first giving honest things about me that I can't refute, although I could refute the way they embellish. And then they bring in the actress without naming her and talk about things that she said and did. And what they've done to another person that they're targeting, they've actually taken dialogue from crime scene movies in which two men are talking about committing a crime, and they've mixed it with audio from his live stream, or not live stream, but his video, and said that he was involved in those crimes. And it was actually a fiction movie script. But they said very briefly, Clovis's friend Jesse Davis did this, very briefly at the beginning, he sort of comments as, oh, this is a movie. And then he plays it, but you have to be listening very, very closely to have heard him say that the voice is not, in fact, this other guy. And this is a professional tactic, part of destroying somebody. And anyway, I'm perseverating. I'll stop. But if you watch those troll channels, this particular group, they are not your average trolls.
Yeah. Yeah, like, so, like, are you talking about, like, generally because, like, Ed and her, the thing they kind of had in common was they were into investigating the Vegas shooting?
Yeah, that's part of the issue. They are part of a cluster of people that specialize in going after mass shootings and they get involved in calling the actual family. Two of them were arrested down here, by the way, I think in 2018. Because, well, Sutherland Springs happened near San Antonio, the church shooting. And that's when this group really started to mess with me, because I had a channel at the time, and they wanted me to talk about Sutherland Springs and say that it was a fake shooting. And I said, I don't want to talk about it at all. I'm not a channel that does that, and so on. And what happened was two of their comrades came down and were harassing.
Don't worry about it. Denise will come back and shit, and Denise will. Robbie Clovis will come back and Denise gonna raise quit again.
Demanding death certificates. And it was when I was basically.
Let me see if there's anything.
I only encountered these people partly because of that November 5th event. It was on November 7th.
There's Lord Busters.
And I realized I recognized one of them,
loser,
related to my daughter's case. It wasn't Clovis and Ed. It was some other comrades of theirs.
Nothing too much.
And I recognized, and I said, "Damn, I'm gonna track these people down." And I started following them around channel to channel, and I spent maybe 2 years fighting with everybody to see who was just a troll and who was part of the professional. And I narrowed it down to about half a dozen people. And in the meantime, for a variety of reasons, law enforcement began to take a look. And there's some ongoing investigations. And I feel sorry for Ed Staires.
Let's take a promotion break for do this.
And she don't want to come forward with it.
I ain't got no goddamn explaining to do, Aaron. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Email me. We'll talk. But you ain't gonna come in here and fuck my shit up. So.
Fuck your shit up, Edward? Fuck you.
Because frankly,
Back to
when
the
he
program.
bragged about his father being drinking buddies with the Brockton Capo, I thought, my God, the guy doesn't even, he lives in Texas, but he lives among Massachusetts transplants. He doesn't realize that you don't do that in Texas. And when he starts bragging about stuff like that, he put himself on Texas radar right quick. Because I'm not here amongst a bunch of Massachusetts people. I came down here 22 years ago to get away from what was going on. I knew my daughter and I were both targets of family. And I had to come down here to start a new life. And she was killed and her fiance was killed. They both supposedly committed suicide about 3 weeks apart. And they had been talking to people that they were going to move from Massachusetts and come down here. And I had told her, when you decide to leave, don't tell anyone. Just leave and then contact your friends after. But, oh my, you're paranoid. Oh my. But see, Ed Staires, he thinks he's still in Massachusetts, where if you say, my dad is drinking buddies with so-and-so, a known patriarchal connection, people respect you.
Yeah, I'm actually in Massachusetts.
You know. I mean, I grew up there. One of my uncles was the head of the local textile workers union. I got into union steward work myself. Another one of my uncles was the local chief of police in my hometown. So I grew up.
What's up, Tommy?
Knowing, and Ed knows it, and Clovis is
what
the
fuck,
one who
man?
picked him
I'm
on
seriously hoping that's not true. Wow.
She thought that she could cause something, and you can listen. I put a link to the video she made about my daughter. No, she made a video about my nephew's case.
Hey, Tommy, hope it's all well for you, brother. So sorry that ever took your main channel down. That's a piece of shit.
And
hope you grow your other.
My nephew was really, he was sucked in, and
subscribers.
He was going to be allowed. And
Leonard,
they all did
Staires,
get acquitted.
Fucking shit.
That's a separate story. But basically, that was 1981, and it was a patriarchal love hit. And you can see in Clovis's own video that she made, going over the old newspaper articles. She pulled in newspaper articles from the New York Times. My nephew was right in the middle of one of the photographs in the thumbnail.
Oh, excuse me.
He's the blonde one in the middle of the photograph in the thumbnail. And she said, you can hear her say, this is things.
I'm sorry.
This was a video she uploaded about less than a week ago.
I'm sorry.
And it is the culmination of the threats that have been made, that if I kept speaking up about the Massachusetts killing, my daughter, it was her and her fiance, but we started tracking, and when I say things, there's a number of people concerned about it when somebody died. And we started tracking this whole gang, and found about half a dozen different families who had an unresolved or controversial death. And we're all contacted with the same troll crap. They were going to investigate. They wanted us to do their stuff. That everything was, conspiracy. And then when we say no, go away, we end up facing the blackmail. And it's an extortion ring. Somebody associated with it did take $3,000 from one of my brothers. Before I said, this is crazy. That's not an investigator.
What's up,
that's
Chuck?
a goddamn troll. But that's what they do. And that...
Oh, here it comes! Rage quit. Oh, not yet. Here it comes. Here comes your rage quit.
Is up to
No, Denise, don't go. Denise, don't.
Rage quit! Oh!
Okay. All right.
Oh!
Sorry, that shouldn't happen. Well, she really wasn't bad to me. She just, anyway.
First, I knew she was gonna rage quit again. Yep.
aggravated and
Chloe
leaving.
comes out and
also.
says, I'm out here.
I don't really care about that, but like the issue is.
But
like,
I'm learning about this as you're learning about it. Okay, and I do care very deeply for Edward, and I want to give him the benefits, the benefit of
Now Chloe's gonna come on.
I looked at the documents you have.
Explaining.
Is that the only page of document that you have, and how did you pertain the document? How do you get the document?
Edward.
I have two
Staires,
documents, basically.
the hero.
They were provided by someone that runs a channel called There's one which shows a court that the document was retrieved by correspondence to the Texas Attorney General, and then that's the information that can be released. And then you have the information that says he's a suspect, and then it says that he's a suspect, his brother, in an open case of child possession and promotion. So that's how, and then I corresponded directly with her, and she sent me the documents, and it's authentic. So the question really is like, what is the explanation for it? And given the issue of child exploitation and child porn, we do deserve an answer, and I'm not willing to accept otherwise.
I understand it.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, like, if anyone was a suspect,
I have to say this, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus or anything. If Edward knows me, okay, I can't tolerate a lie, first off. And I can't tolerate anything that has to do with child porn. That's a given. I can't do it. I worked my ass off years of taking pedophiles down.
Clovis doesn't care. No. Clovis is all her
And I'm like I said, I'm just
Rebecca Harmon!
See the documents? Is there any way you can email me the documents? I'm not going against Edward. I want you to know that, but I'm going to do investigation, and I would, if it was me that was being accused, I would expect others to do it to me.
How do you want me to send, or do you want my email, or how do you want to do this?
I'll give you my email in the private chat here, if that's okay.
Yeah, and I can take it down. Absolutely.
I'm not going against Edward, but I have to do my own investigation.
Well, no shit.
And if there's people that think
Clovis
that I'm being a fucking total rag for that, well, kiss my ass. I don't care.
Rebecca Harmon
This is who I am.
do
I fought
everything to
pedophiles my whole life. I'm not
and
saying
to
that was
protect
one, and I'm
her
not going to call
baby
him one.
boy,
But I want
Edward
people to give me the
Leonard
benefit of the doubt.
Staires, to make him like an
And,
outstanding
Denise,
civilian.
You
and
run
to
because
the
you know
trucker
I will
community,
confront
the
you
Vegas
about your
shooter
lies.
of
That's why
like
Denise runs.
John Goodman, LaVoy Finnegan,
And Denise shouldn't even be on a
the
panel. She
Adam
was
Bundy
YouTube
rats,
took her off
yeah,
banned her
and now
IP
the comparative community,
because of her
do
slavery
the
threat.
moment, Rebecca Harmon,
And now she's on Twitter doing it.
do your best.
And she needs to stop. She really does need to stop because she's not been any help. And to straighten up something in the chat room, if you don't mind, when I said that I'm being accused, it's of a girl or a lady. I don't know who. No one knows her identity. The docs they did on her, and I didn't do the docs. Someone else did.
Well, if it's shut
I
the
took
fuck
the
and
wrong
start
woman to
dragging
court, and
these
he
mats
just,
out and shit.
The videos are so
You're sitting there fucking protecting
so outlandish
Edward
and
Leonard
scary
Staires of his
and
child
vulgar.
pornography
Nasty,
charges.
just really
him trying to
disgusting.
groom underage little children.
that the courts had
Dumb
dismissed, and I wanted to
bitch.
stop the proceedings because I said it's
Rebecca
not her.
Harmon!
And my attorney said, "What do you mean?" I said,
Sound
"That's
like
not her.
bitch.
Stop right now." And the judge, from these videos that are so, they're damning. Believe me, this woman here, the judge said, "I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice," which means I can bring it right back into court, and I am still looking for this woman. I'm going to pull her from behind that screen for what she's done to my children, my husband, and my family. She got a hold of the predator that molested my granddaughter. He molested her at 3 and told him where she's at. She throws the biological mother's name up in the chat, doxing the biological mother's name, so people look up her.
Yeah,
And she's on
that's
drugs.
a good question I just asked.
I have the children because
Rebecca
the court
Harmon.
seemed fit to give me these children.
Have you caught your husband doing your fucking
So
children
see,
bed?
Denise likes
Did you
she likes to slam
catch
people.
your fucking
And this
husband
pedophile bullshit. I
trying
can't
to finger
stand
blast
pedophiles.
your
I'd
daughter?
rather- I
Did
would
you
rather
catch
see him
your
on a fucking
husband
bed.
trying to
Screw
find
putting
out
him
with
on a
your
fucking
son's little
island.
pee-pee?
But I
That's a
have
good
a right.
question.
And I
you've
know
been
I'm
trying
gonna
to
get
deflect that
backlash
shit and
like a
blast other
motherfucker
people,
for
but
this,
that's
but
a
I
good
have a right
question
to do what I
that people are trying to ask you for 4 fucking
I
years.
came into this not knowing. I really did not know. And I'm not putting Edward down. I love Edward and it will break my fucking heart. But this is what I have to say. People need to give people a chance and not automatically damn them because they know somebody or they care about somebody. Because I can tell you something. If it turns out to be what you guys think, I'll be the first to oust. I'll be the first. But I don't need Truth Convoy coming to you like she did us. She was nice to me at first, too. And she befriended me, and then a week later, she turns utterly stupid and starts calling me names, and she calls us gutter sluts, whores. This is what this old woman does. And I got all the videos to prove it, Denise. I got all the ones of you saying, I killed your daughter. I do. I have all the videos, Denise. And I have the ones of Tamara Wolf doing what she did to my children, which in the courts, child molestation means, and you can look it up on Google, it is a person can cyber molest a child by talking about them sexually, pervertedly, doesn't have to touch them, doesn't have to be in the same room with them, it doesn't even have to be in contact with them. Just using their names and talking about them in a sexual, perverted way is cyber molestation of a child. And that's what's being in the courts.
May I ask you a question? Ryan has lost connection. This is Nevermore. My name is Bobby. And Ryan has posted in the chat that he's lost connection.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming he's trying, to get back.
Okay.
And all. But I do have a question for you. Something you said, because all of this stuff you're telling right now has nothing to do with it. This is just
well,
deflection.
no, Truth Convoy
and
we with me.
We've seen deflection for the last 2 weeks. But I have a question on something you said earlier. You said it's not like I am putting CP on somebody's computer.
Right.
Explain that.
Okay. There is a person.
So that tells
I'm
me
going to explain
somebody,
it.
Let me clarify it and narrow it down real good for you.
Okay.
Because that tells me that somebody...
Dude, this is all Rebecca Harmon Clover does. She deflects. And when she caught her lie, she'll fucking back it up and make a lie just to cover that lie. It's all Clover does. Just like years ago, Rebecca Harmon
because I'm not ready to bust out all the videos
say
on this.
that some fucking grown man tried to rape her grandchild years ago, which is a fucking
let me tell
lie.
my story about it, or you're not gonna know.
Which is a fucking lie. Which I found out.
Yes, ma'am.
The grown man, brushed against her
There's a person over
grandchild.
in the
Brush
community
her.
over there
It's like, how you doing, sweetheart? Just nothing.
that got mad at me.
And Clovis went to the man and said,
And
"You're trying to rape my child! You bring your rape
so
up!" Nope. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be Clovis. Rebecca Harmon tried to call the cops, and the cops just laughed at her.
Protective order on her.
Said, you are over-exaggerating.
that I
You
was
are
going
a
to take
fucking
away
Karen.
Her
This
social
is exactly what
security,
Clovis
and
is.
then I put child
Rebecca
porn
Harmon
on her
is nothing
IP
but exaggerating
because the
little
top
bitch.
elites were
She's
hackers.
nothing but exaggerating fucking little
back in the
Karen.
day.
She makes up fucking hypocrisy, lame ass stories, and she's sitting there fucking hobnobbing on Edward Leonard Staires dick for the fucking last 4 fucking years, even for the Vegas did. The boy Finnegan. Emma Bundy days, the Jason Goodman, Pete Santel days. Woo! Woo! Yeah. I like
every video that
How
was
you
ever
like
made of
me
me.
now?
She failed to prosecute. You want to know why? Because she didn't have no fucking evidence that I put anything on her fucking IP. That's how sick these assholes are over there, in the community of trailer trash and all that shit over there. They'll take you to court on false pretenses. They'll lie their ass off about you and everything else. And now I am the same woman as I molest my
just
children.
one big fucking large shit show. The train wreck.
Put child
This is what all
porn
this.
on
This is what
Kim's
Clovis
computer.
wants.
Yeah, I said
She's
your name,
one
Kim. I
big
told you I
fucking
will say it
shit
if
show.
it keeps coming out.
She's one that train
What I'm
wreck.
trying to say is,
Just
I
like
think that
fellow
Nevermore
Marwan,
Splooge, we don't really know
North Sac
where to
Mania,
even go with any
GD,
of
I
that
can
because
be,
we don't know who any
Quiet
of these people are or
Mama.
anything.
You
Well,
know,
I got
Urban wanted shit show, but he couldn't handle it. Malibu wants shit, so she wanted drama Jones throw down. But it was too much for her.
Do you understand it now?
I'm telling you what,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
and I do understand it now. And
People trying to
I'm
bring
gonna
the
ask
fucking
Tommy,
heat.
Thomas
When it comes on them,
Tommy,
they
can you
back
call me
down.
sometime.
They can't handle the sun
it
to
has to
fucking
do with that comment.
doom. Smack
and
down
I
that
need
bitch
some
fucking
legal,
throw
well, I
down.
need some advice from
WWE
you
throat
on that
down.
comment.
Enemy
And I
style.
appreciate you calling me.
And Clovis no fucking different.
on
these
my comment?
motherfuckers.
Yes, ma'am.
Clovis thinks she's a
And
yeah.
what do you plan on doing with this comment?
What's that?
Because I am lawyered up.
Well, I'll think about
Oh,
it.
I don't care if you're lawyered up.
And I fight pedophiles. So what
And
do you
look,
do?
just because I'm in the South, don't think I can't have a lawyer either.
I
And we
understand
got
that.
we
Oh,
got
it's like-
You're
you
gonna
try to
bring-
throw it down
you're
like
gonna
that
bring
fucking
hell
thing
down on my
called
family
Manda.
because of a
I'm trying to
comment
think of
that
her
I
last name, but
made.
you know that-
So you're gonna make mountains out of
Yeah.
molehills because
Yeah,
Edwards
yeah,
is going in with problems with you guys, right?
sweetheart.
You know, you got
And
these
I'm
guys that
not-
think
I'm
they're
not your
Conor
sweetheart, girl.
It
McGregor
has
guys.
nothing. You're probably nobody.
Y'all
sweetheart,
think
with
he's
your
Conor
attitude.
McGregor throwing
But it
down
has
with
nothing
your
to
ass
do-
down.
Sorry, I'm married.
One
See,
swing.
that
The reason I want to talk to Tommy has zero to do with you. Nothing. It's nothing at all to do with you. It has to do with your comment, though. But it's nothing at all to do with you. I don't know you.
Let's look at chat. I haven't been
I
paying
don't
much at chat.
I don't necessarily think you're a bad lady. I think you come over here, you explain some things, and I don't think you're a bad lady at all. Not at all.
Time.
Thank you.
Okay, bro.
I appreciate you taking your time to come over here and make things. You know,
Oh,
we
there's
saw
my buses up in the noise.
message, I guess, for lack of a better word, a comment on a post.
Tommy says, so
And,
let's talk tomorrow
You know,
for sure.
we read it. You came over. Well, the lady who wrote it came over first and explained it, and then you came over and kind of gave a
Tommy
rebuttal.
died.
And I appreciate what you said.
He's
And
a
I
smart guy.
have
He's a
nothing
cool
at
guy.
all against you. Nothing.
Like I said,
Thank
when
you.
Edward took Tommy down, I was pissed.
And
I know
so
he took
you
him down.
understand
Edward
that,
said
but
he
it was
denied,
just
but I know he
what
did.
you said
I'm
triggered
not
something in my
stupid.
head, and I really, I'll talk to Tommy about it tomorrow.
Why? Because Edward was jealous of his success.
Because what you said does happen.
25,000 subscribers.
You're right. It does.
People do plan.
And the
stuff.
same woman that you had on the panel here
Tommy
is the
was
same woman that
bringing
hashtagged my
150+
sheriff and saying my
per
sheriff is trafficking children
stream,
because my children
per
go to church
video.
with the sheriff. The
Edward's
sheriff
bitch
knows
ass
my
put him-
family. I've already had
put him
people
very
try to
poor.
swap me here.
I've
I've had social workers come in here. I had
He had to
CPS
pull a
call on
fucking
me.
meat wagon out
And none of it works because I'm not doing anything
Oh,
wrong.
he could get that. He get
Okay,
Nikki
what
fucking
happened
cook
to me
Angela's
with that
being redheaded
allegation that this person took
Angela
me to
had
court
part
on?
had seen
She didn't
dick
even show
fucking
up the last day of
50
court because
years.
she couldn't even
She's a
prosecute. She
drunken
had no.
fucking
She had,
bitch
even
that
her
smoked
attorney told
reefer
her,
and drink wine.
"You have no proof that this
Go
woman's
hang
done
with
her to you. You
Tweety.
can't get no."
Tweety, man, the bad boy.
See, this is what I'm saying. You can be accused. Hold
I
on.
don't know her either.
See how these
Okay,
fucking
I know,
pockets
but what I'm trying to say,
running
you
around
asked the
each other,
question I'm trying to
Gemma?
tell you, and
These
answer your
fucking
question.
pocket all come up. The one
That's what I'm trying to say,
the
Waldo. You can be
trooper side,
falsely
the planet
accused.
poker
I was
side,
falsely
the
accused.
trucker side.
You can be
Oh,
falsely
collaborate
accused,
together.
is what I'm
That's
saying.
why you got
Edward could
pulled
have
dirt
been.
from
Someone
that
could have had
side
a
too.
swap. But you got to understand that I'm going to have an open mind, but I'm also going to do some checking into it myself because I have a right to do that.
Oh, I agree. You're Edward's friend.
I have every right. No,
and
no,
think
I
you
am
should
my
check.
person, and I have a right to check into things. I did not know this. I have a right to check into it.
Yes, ma'am. And
Matter
And
of
I
fact,
think
my
you
heart
should.
broke because I did not know. That's pretty fucked up.
I can understand that too, because when I read it, it broke my heart because I am friends.
There we go.
with
There's
Edward.
Tommy right there.
And I
Call her
will
Red
say
Patrol.
this, everybody in the chat and to you, that as far as I'm concerned, right now Edward is innocent.
That's what I said. And I got,
Tommy thought
I
a
got
fucking smart
ambushed.
person. He
That's
knows
what
what
I
he's
said.
talking about.
Until a judge says Edward is guilty, Edward will always be an innocent man in this case. But we do have questions, and we have discussed it. I don't think anybody's, in my opinion, it has defamed him. We have questions. And
Well, see, the reason why I get so agitated is because I worked my ass off taking pedophiles down. My
We
own
just
granddaughter was
understand,
hurt.
none of us, at least I haven't,
And then I see people calling Edward, who was there for me a lot of times. And I'm not, Edward's, I just don't see him as a pedophile. I don't. And you can hate me for that and put me down and make fun of me or whatever the hell you want to do. I never, ever would say Edward's a pedophile.
I am not doing that to you.
I know.
At least I don't mean to. If I'm coming out that way, I don't mean to.
Oh, look who's in the chat. Taco!
And I have to ask about it. But I do
Blockbuster
know
with Taco, man. This is great. This is
Edward
fucking
has
great.
gaslit
Taco.
somebody in the community. He has put down this
Yeah.
in the community. He has
Yeah,
talked bad
Taco
about this
sitting
friend
there.
of mine in the community.
Oh, hot
And
for James
come
D.
to find out,
James D said, oh,
everything
Taco.
he
Oh,
said
Cody
about
Kokar.
this person in
I'm
the
going to eat your
community.
pussy out with Andrew
My
there.
friend
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
wrote beside it.
Dude, I was discussing that when James D
The
talked
big
about
question
he
is
wanted
like you knew
tacos
him
and
like very close at that
pussy.
time. I guess
Well,
literally
Lice
when his
Smith put
house
his
got
fucking
raided.
garage up on
Like
that.
why did
Wow.
you like the biggest question is why is it
Speaking of James D, what the fuck is San Fran's board
like
been?
this one question though matters is like why is
I know
he
it matters, sweetheart, and I would love to answer it, but I don't know, and that is the honest to God truth. I don't know.
you know I know and isn't it kind of suspicious or
Seems to me no evidence at least.
like wouldn't that be something you would tell a friend if you were innocent?
No, because I think Edward looks up to me to the point that he knows I was going through some. I'm going through hell over in my area of view too.
Yeah, but it wasn't just you, it was everyone. Even his, like, all of his closest people, he never told anyone about the house being raided for suspicion of child porn. No one. Like, you wouldn't be the only one. Isn't that a little odd? If he's innocent?
I don't know how to answer these questions. I really don't. I mean, you guys expect me to know the answers. I don't have them.
Well, I would say it is.
And I want people to know I'm not crying. I really do have an option.
So, by that logic, if you don't have any answers, but your firm, true belief
I don't
that
want to say he is until. I don't know how to answer that either.
Because we've had a grand total of 3 fucking people say that no, fuck you, how dare you, how fucking dare you for questioning this, how dare you, and then 2 weeks later on, they fucking say, oh, I don't know, I don't have all the facts, I don't know, I can't say for sure, but you were just saying so adamantly that, oh.
I don't believe he's a pedophile. I said I'm going to check it out. Okay, you guys want me to give you answers.
It's like, here's the thing. Here's what these people try to do. They try to pull on heartstrings. They try to use emotion, right? They try to appeal to pathos, right? They try to freaking use, like, pathological means to pull at heartstrings and to try and deflect and be like, oh, you want him to be bad, you want him to be bad, you want him to be bad. Like, no. People are questioning as they have every fucking right to do.
Exactly, and I said
over something serious as what this is. And it's if the best answer you can produce is go fuck yourself, then people
I felt like I was being ambushed is what I felt like, if you want the honest to God truth about it.
I mean,
well, you weren't, see, when you're talking to someone like Alex just wants to get to the point, and
I know, but you gotta let
first you
people talk.
deflected with the whole other conspiracy theory thing, whatever the fuck that was, trying to change the subject. Then, I mean, he was just trying to have a conversation, and then it's like ambushing people. It's like throwing up all these things. He just wants. I mean, I'm not with the whole idea of.
Have you asked Edward to talk to you guys privately? Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, Brian has. I don't care enough.
And even 2 weeks ago when he finally responded, he actually said, I'll actually say exactly how this went. So originally, I basically sent them the video of where all the documents, basically when the news broke, like when all the documents got released, I just sent them the video on April 12th, 2:48 p.m., and I just said, I have to ask, like, what's going on? Like, what's your side? Then, that night, at 11 p.m., the same day, I said, Ed, I'm asking to hear your side of the story. And then I sent another link period 3 days later just to make sure he got it. And then basically after I finally started talking about it, only then he finally says, yeah, when I have time, I'll tell you. I'm out making catches. I don't know anybody anything. And you already trashed me on the live and ran with some BS. And then the next day, and the next day I said, you think I'm in the wrong for being concerned about it? So there was many attempts by many people to get some kind of understanding, whether privately, publicly.
Spurge us more tacos.
Going on here.
Ryan, so about that other lady that came up, but you gotta understand. So I had a neighbor once.
Golden Coco! Taco!
And she was convinced that her son was a general in the Venezuelan government.
He has a big crush
and he was gonna come get her and move her to Venezuela. In reality, her son had fucking killed himself. Like, years ago. So you gotta.
One man in life that had a crush on James D. Every
like,
man
fucking any kind of contradictions or anything. Like he doesn't really have like any contradictions.
Is your mother's husband?
You can
taco.
You can strip. No, but you can like erase her from existence.
Oh my,
you can.
my.
Point I've been trying to make is like this whole notion of like if you want to go a certain route, okay, go that route, but then you can't blame people for saying, oh, he's suspect, you can't.
Yeah, right, we are.
It's like if the most you can come up with is fuck you, I don't know you anything. Okay, it's your right, but then don't it looks bad when you can't even speak up for yourself and you need your fucking posse to speak for you. And one other thing too, hang on.
Go for it.
One other thing too, it's like, so you guys were announcing that you're gonna have this call, and Alex announced publicly that he was gonna give you guys like what he said. Ed probably heard that, and don't you think like
Ed heard everything. Ed knows who I am. He knows what I'm about. He knows that Clovis will check into things. Clovis will say and do what she should.
No, but like, I could be playing devil's advocate here, but like, don't you think that now, having heard that Alex will share what he?
No, because he said that there was
who's to say that he won't feed him some BS story that Alex may or may not gobble up, and like, since it's gonna come from Alex. Well, we know. Since it's gonna come from Alex, then people will take it as gospel truth. I mean, I would hope not. I mean, I'd hope people remain somewhat, because like he says, he has a valid point. Literally, if it's like, oh, like I can't talk about it much because it involves a family member, this, that, and the other.
Wow, this shit's getting deeper now. Oh my god,
it's perfectly reasonable. Like that's not beyond the realm of possibility. But then
stop digging your hole deeper.
All he's come up with so far is fuck yous. You know, when he's so brazenly and nonchalantly gone after someone else.
Wow, man.
It looks sus as fuck.
Miss Clovis, let me ask you a question.
Somebody just keeps digging her fucking hole deeper.
From
keep
one or two
he's such a fucking
and hold my finger on it so it wouldn't lose because when I asked the way they have written,
her voice is so shaky. If you ever heard her first when she gets on, it's so shaky. Then she's like, her vibes are like bad and wrong, like Junior vibes.
There's just been a history of older ladies and gentlemen who like to throw money around.
Brain so got raped.
People in general in here that like to throw money around.
No fucking proof.
My money's my money.
None at all.
I wish I had money to throw around.
She sits there says, oh my grandbaby's got
I do owe you a apology.
Raping.
I climbed up here.
But she has no fucking proof of that.
But it was for truth council.
None.
Because the
She's
woman
been
has
saying that shit for 4 fucking years.
And
4 fucking years.
And we made sure she just needs to stop. She's have you my therapy? She's hashtagging.
Have you met this person in real life? Have you met this person in real life? Have you met this person?
But she's never had. Never had.
I want to.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's
never
like
had.
I see a bunch of.
No, dude, you don't get it. You really don't get it. She's.
I mean,
I blew up Port Netches. Are you kidding?
Oh my goodness.
Who says I killed her daughter? Really? Then she says I trafficked my children. She called CPS. She called my sheriff. My sheriff thinks she's a ding dong. I mean, the woman won't quit. She sounds very good to hear her talk. I mean, the woman she's a charismatic talker. But the problem is she lies. Nothing that comes out of her mouth is the truth. And she won't stop
I also
it.
kind of wanted to just say, kind of respond to Reddit, that it was kind of like more of a matter of like whether, kind of like after like a private conversation, that like did it make sense or not like exactly what it is, like given if there are elements.
No, but okay, so he's obviously not gonna say exactly what it is, and he's obviously not gonna leak every detail of the phone call. But then, if him knowing that he's gonna go out there and say, yeah, it made sense or it didn't make sense, who's to say that he's not gonna fucking prepare some BS explanation in order to get the heat off his back, because Alex is gonna be coming out with whatever it is that he may or may not have said, or whether it makes sense or not. I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he's not gonna come out with it, so, like that.
No, but didn't he say that he's gonna say like whether or not it made sense? He's not gonna say exactly what he said, right?
Yeah, again, I think he'd say, oh, this makes sense, all good.
So what I'm trying to say is, who's to say that Edward, having heard this, doesn't prepare some BS response to Alex?
Because to that it would be
Or
like...
am I reading too much into it? You could just tell me.
Oh, I agree with what you said.
I mean, it's possible, but it's kind of like he would have already been able to think of an explanation all this time for the same reason, because he's been questioning him. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. Yo, dude, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. I mean, you have these fucking people invading other people's, like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's like y'all fight your wars on the fucking internet, dude. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, man. It's like fucking, like, people literally invading people's lives.
Red Hood, let me tell you something. Her name's Truth Convoy, Cheap Phone Ninja, which is Denise. She, her and Tamara Wolf has really made my life unbearable. Made my children's lives unbearable. The things they were saying, calling CPS and threatening to call in the predator that hurt my granddaughter. That's now my daughter. I had little ones sleeping under the They had to appear in court with the guardian light on. Okay, this is sad. I was going for a protective order to get that woman to shut up about my children. They've been through hell already. They're victims.
How do you get to that point, though? I mean,
you tell me. I didn't even want to know Truth Convoy, and I didn't want to know Tamara. I don't know how.
How do you get to that point where you're fucking... You have it... I mean, it goes both ways. How the fuck do you get to that point where you hate someone that much over the fucking internet, and or on the other spectrum, love someone that much over the internet? I mean, you've never met in person, face to face. I mean, it's Jesus Christ. I mean, it boggles my mind.
Coming down to meeting Edward and Karen in Texas. I was on my way to Texas this summer because I was given 3 years. And I could go within the 3 years. I can go a little past the year. 3 years. It's that we don't know. My lungs are that bad. So I wanted to meet Edward, and I wanted to meet Karen, and I have met people on the internet. I met a lot of my top members on the internet. Locke has known me from back in Yahoo. He remembers the top elites.
Yeah, because Locke lives on the internet, dude. It's like, God. He does. You can't tell me he does. A man who does...
Because I never kept that long in touch with him, okay?
No, but hold on, hang on. You just saying that you, like... Oh my God. You saying just now, oh, I don't keep in touch with them. I don't know.
No, I do.
Like, it can't be both at the same time. It can't be both at the same time.
Okay, well, let me finish here, please. Oh my God.
Yeah, like, I have a development.
I mean, like, it's fucking aggravating. Like, it can't be both at the same time. You can't know someone and be friends with someone tight as fuck.
Now, everybody went their separate ways when Yahoo shut the chat down. Yahoo actually took all the chats and shut them down. Because of the ports that they had to leave open in order to run all the chats, so as many chats as they ran. It was huge, that program was. But the problem was, they had a port, which was 3030, and it was left open all the time. So hackers could get in there. We had programs where we could shut chat rooms down, we could blow them up to where we could bring in 50 to 100 to 500 bots and make everybody have
Actually, I kind of think of this out, so, like that new information. So,
I'm gonna be honest, I just want to
there was a finding, so Alex and did speak in a phone call. The kind of conclusion is that he was
Nice
not.
jam. Well, have fun.
Alex is not
No. So per what I believe that's clear to say. But yeah, so.
No, like that's what I pretty much said was gonna happen. Like Alex is not gonna leak the details of what was said because that'd be like, I mean, he obviously wasn't gonna, but he was gonna say whether he was convinced or not. And now you're saying that he's not convinced. So there you fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ, man.
It would really, according to that standard, I mean, but it's more like pretty much any direction, whether you were to speak with Ed on off air, on air, whatever it is.
Alex into this shit. I mean, come.
I'm not bringing
Like, bro. I mean, no, not you. I mean, like, whoever it was that. I mean, dude. I mean, I seriously think Alex is like whenever anyone gets a chance to drag Alex into their bullshit, they will do it because dragging him into whatever the fuck it is they're going through validates the drama. It validates the drama to having, oh my god, Alex, oh, of course, oh my god. It validates it to having Alex be a part when Alex could be doing so, like, literally, he is fucking so far above this crap. And for him to...
Edward is the one who brought Alex.
Well, I mean, it further goes to prove my point in his case. I mean, it's fucking, like, in order to try and deflect or validate the online bullshit and fucking, I mean, like, what better way to validate your own internet bullshit than to have Alex?
That's drum and bass.
Yeah.
They didn't take mom's advice.
Berlin Facebook page. Check it out.
Oh. So that kind of breaks the theory of like they wouldn't just take everyone's devices themselves.
Right, because that's a legitimate thing. They do take all the devices.
I think that might be over by now.
When it's a TP raid, I mean, for those of you who know Justin Cripps, the reason they found CP on Daddy's phone is because
my info,
they did a whole household cleanup. So it's very weird that they wouldn't take mom's phone.
Over on my fan page on
or unless because she's a 70-year-old woman and they just know she wouldn't do it, but I don't know. No, but he was saying he was in a bedroom at the time, and I was like, oh, well, we were sharing with your brother. He's like, no, it's a separate bedroom. I'm like, okay, so you were living there then. And he's like, yeah.
Ready to go.
You know, fireside,
Another 9 minutes.
you know, kind of more towards
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing where you're coming from now, and I think you're right.
I'm gonna get
I think you're right.
into it. Let's see.
I was more thinking about times before when he's been dragged into shit that was far less ridiculous to you. I mean, yeah, these fucking people invading other people's, like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's like y'all fight your wars on the fucking internet, dude. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, man. It's like fucking, like, people literally invading people's lives.
Red Hood, let me tell you something. Her name's Truth Convoy, Cheap Phone Ninja, which is Denise. She, her and Tamara Wolf has really made my life unbearable. Made my children's lives unbearable. The things they were saying, calling CPS and threatening to call in the predator that hurt my granddaughter. That's now my daughter. I had the little one sleeping under the bed. They had to appear in court with the guardian litem. Okay, this is sad. I was going for a protective order to get that woman to shut up about my children. They've been through hell already. They're victims.
How do you get to that point, though? I mean,
You tell me. I didn't
Jesus
even
Christ.
want to know Truth Convoy, and I didn't want to know Tama. I don't know how.
How do you get to that point where you're fucking, you have it, I mean, it goes both ways. How the fuck do you get to that point where you hate someone that much over the fucking internet and, or on the other spectrum, love someone that much over the internet? I mean, you've never met in person, face to face. I mean, it's Jesus Christ. I mean, it boggles my
coming
mind.
down to meeting Edward and Karen in Texas.
Yeah.
I was on my way to Texas this summer. Because I was given 3 years.
Yeah, it's like.
And I could go within the 3 years. I can go a little past a year. It doesn't 3 years. It's that we don't know. Might be a little that bad. So I wanted to meet Edward and I wanted to meet Karen. And I had met people on the internet. I met a lot of my top members on the internet. Locke has known me from back in Yahoo. He remembers the top elites.
Yeah, because Locke lives on the internet, dude. It's like, come on. He does. You can't tell me he does. A man who does.
Because I never kept that long in touch with him. Okay.
No, but hold on, hang on. You just saying that you like. Oh my God. You saying just now. Oh, I don't keep in touch with him. I don't know.
No, I don't. No, I do.
Like, it can't be both at the same time. It can't be both at the same time.
Okay, well let me finish here, please. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I have a development.
I mean, like it's fucking aggravating. Like it can't be both at the same time. You can't know someone and be friends with someone tight as fuck. And then...
Everybody went their separate ways when Yahoo shut the chats down. Yahoo actually took all the chats and shut them down because of the ports that they had to leave open in order to run all them chats and as many chats as they ran. It was huge. That program was, but the problem was they had a port which is 3030, and it was left open all the time. So hackers could get in there. We had programs where we could shut chat rooms down. We can blow them up to where we can bring in 50 to 100 to 500 bots and make everybody have to leave the chat room.
So I kind of have to cut this off though. Like I have new information. So
okay, well I'm gonna go. So I just want to apologize to you for being a bitch.
There was a finding. So Alex and Ed did speak in a phone call. The kind of conclusion is that he was not convinced of
Alex was not convinced.
No. So per what I believe that's clear to say. But yeah, so.
No, like that's what I pretty much said was gonna happen. Like Alex is not gonna leak the details of what it was said because that would be like, I mean, he obviously wasn't gonna, but he was gonna say whether he was convinced or not. And now you're saying that he's not convinced. So there you fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ.
It would really, according to that standard, I mean, but it's more like pretty much any direction, whether you were to speak with Ed on off air, on air, whatever.
Alex into this shit. I mean, come,
I'm not
like, bro. I mean, no, not you. I mean, like, whoever it was that fuck. I mean, dude. I mean, I seriously think Alex is like whenever anyone gets a chance to drag Alex into their bullshit, they will do it because dragging him into whatever the fuck it is they're going through validates like the drama. It validates the drama to having, oh my God, it's Alex, of course. It validates it to having Alex be a.
Because to that it would be.
Or am I reading too much into it? You could just tell me. Like,
I agree with what you said.
I mean, it's possible, but it's kind of like he would have already been able.
See that? I can see that, but then other shit. I mean, I think because like he's been dragged into shit before. Less.
Well, I mean, all I can say is that after the phone call, house.
Yeah.
But they didn't take mom's advice.
Oh. So that kind of breaks the theory of like they wouldn't just take everyone's devices and post.
Right, because that's a legitimate thing. They do take all the devices. When it's a CP raid. I mean, for those of you who know Justin Cripps, the reason they found CP on Daddy's phone is because
considering I have
they did a whole house full cleanup.
Left in the show. Oh no, where has the time gone? Into outer space.
Got it. So I mean, did you bring?
Once again, you find me on the.
I mean, how long was that stashed sitting in your room?
Bumblebee DMB. Also on here, this AT under the same.
Right.
Bumblebee DMB.
I mean, I'm not really. I mean, obviously, I've never used it before. I mean, how long does a pipe usually last you? Thank you so much for being here with me today. Appreciate each and every one of you.
That's Alex Rosen in Rumble. He is Predator Poacher's official on there, by the way. If you want to follow him on Rumble, go for it. I have. I am following Courtney Elizabeth on there. I was going to follow more Predator Poachers. There's more Predator Poachers going there as well. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Rumble as CMN Amendment Recording. Legitimate. CMN Amendment Recording. Yep, I'm going to broadcast more and more. I'm like, I'm going to more. I'm going to be on Rumble, baby. I'm gonna be on Rumble more versus YouTube.
I mean, we're using that pipe the whole day.
YouTube is fucking choke. You get a Rumble legend. Let me tell you something. You get a Rumble. You get an official account. You make your videos. You don't get strike down. You get more free range.
Okay. Do you remember working that day?
But you still gotta follow the guidelines. Yeah. You have more free range. Oh, by the way, here's the biggest kicker. When you make your videos, you get monetized! Yeah! Monetized! YouTube, you have fucking false protocols and all this shit before you even monetize. Yeah. They take it yourself. Subs, you
who paid the rent, or did you guys split it
this. Rumble, you got on there. You got a clean slate count. Unless you're not,
do you still split it to this day, or does your brother pay for it?
Being a dick, doing this and that, you get monetized. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. I am out of here. You take care of yourself and each other. Love and respect and all that good shit. But there's one thing I need to do before we wrap this video up. Like this.